New report says James Gunn's just fine. Even if Paramount buys him, he'll be fine. They're going to keep him on as co-CEO. So we'll talk about that. Paramount reportedly plans to use AI to increase movie and TV output if that merger does go through. There's a lot of Paramount talk with HBO Max and other things. This is like the big story. But there were some cool trailers, man. I saw the Stranger Things, the latest trailer, the Scream 7. And then there's some other stuff that we'll dive into for sure. There was an interesting article that I read about why more adult themed movies are failing at the box office. I want to talk about that and more. I got Steph Sabra, last week's reigning champ. Can she take out, I believe it's who the hell did they take out? I think she's taking out Roxy and Mike. Luke, can I get a confirmation on that? I think it was there on like, is that true? I don't even know. Who's winning right now? Someone let me know. Anyway, let's get into it. Here is the intro for my show that I play every day. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show here today on this Thursday. Joining me on the show, as always, Steph Sabra. Hello, Steph.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good. We missed one of our own movies. Well, I guess we kind of didn't at the same time. We have we aired the Arnold movie this week, but then we'll air the next one. I think we're gonna do Total Recall next.
Okay.
I think that'll be the next one that we do. I'm excited for that one. Running Man is out there now. The new one is coming out. So we got a lot to discuss. But I have good news, I guess, in general, for the audience has been paying attention to it, my co-hosts and everything else too. I've been talking about the pilot, a lot of things going on. On Tuesday, I had to jump out of the show just around 11:30 PST because I had a phone call with someone that I really want in the show. Someone I kind of envisioned and said, "Ooh, if we get that person, that'd be good." I was lucky enough to get on a phone call with that person 2 days ago, and I sent that person the script, going, okay, probably be a couple weeks before I hear back. That person read the script in 2 days. I got a response yesterday that they thought the writing was great and want to discuss more. So that is today at, again, same time. So I'm going to hop out just around 11:30 PST. Steph will take over the remaining of the questions, and then I'll come back in. So just to let everybody know kind of what's going on. Yesterday, we didn't do a show because I was interviewing Famke Janssen. Otherwise, people call her Famke Jensen, but it's Famke Janssen, from X-Men fame, The Faculty, Rounders, James Bond, and we talked about her new series, Amsterdam Empire. She's cool, man. She was really cool.
That's awesome.
It was a good chat.
I've seen that Amsterdam Empire. Like, people have been talking about that.
Yeah, we had a really good chat. She's cool. What I found out, unfortunately, was that, well, I guess fortunately and unfortunately, she lives in New York, and we were both like, why don't we do this in person? I'm like, I don't know. I looked at the camera and went, come on, you team. Talking about her team. They could have set that up in person, but next time.
Yeah, she's like one of those people that every time I see her when she's on screen, I'm like, I like her. I like her a lot.
She's the coolest, and I like her. Even more. I like her even more now because you'll really dig the conversation. She's very she goes after what she wants, and I dig it. I like the way that she approaches her career a lot. So
yeah,
we talked GoldenEye, we talked X-Men, we talked everything.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, I don't think she's in Doomsday. I asked her about Doomsday. She did not seem like she wanted to talk about it at all. And we were already 45 minutes into it, and not in a way like, oh, I can't talk about this. Like, it didn't seem like it. But you guys can make up your mind when you watch the interview. It'll be in there. So, okay. So so we had 101 super chats from Roxy and
okay
and Mike. So that's what you're going up against there.
Okay, solid.
So there we go. All right, Steph, we got tons of this Paramount talk.
Yeah,
tons of it. And we've been discussing this last time, And here's one of the many reports on the Paramount thing we'll be talking about here today. And first rumor is James Gunn's position at DC Studios seems to be safe, as Paramount reportedly intends to keep him on as co-CEO. Been a lot of speculation regarding James Gunn and Peter Safran's future at DC Studios. Now, a new report indicates that should Paramount buy Warner Brothers, the co-CEOs will remain in their position at DC. DC Studios may have recently been formed, but speculation is already running rampant about the studio going away. This started when it was announced that Paramount had been submitting bids to buy Warner Brothers, which in turn prompted the confirmation that the legendary studio was indeed for sale. Shortly after that, people began to wonder whether the future of the DCU was in question. Speculation became more prominent when James Gunn seemingly addressed a possible exit from that position in an interview. According to a new report, however, Gunn and Safran's place at the studio is safe. Per Bloomberg, Paramount Skydance David Ellison, who's been the driving force behind the bids for WBD, wants to keep the creative teams of the two studios while consolidating some of the marketing and distribution, according to people familiar with his plans. The outlet also stated that there have been no decisions made about whether or not a merged Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery would let go of either of the company's studio lots. John Campea backed up the report, stating that his sources confirmed to him that some of the people Paramount is planning to keep on a potential merger are James Gunn and Safran. He says, I know a couple people over at Paramount, into which I wrote, and I quoted this article out of Bloomberg. I said, Ellison plans on keeping the creative teams in place, and I specifically and directly asked, does that include Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdy? And does that include James Gunn and Safran? To which they said a simple response, yes. Promising development for DC Studios. However, it's important to point out that should Paramount become the new owner of Warner Brothers, there could be at least two possible outcomes for the superhero studio. First is the operating structure remains the same, and DC remains the freedom it's been stated to enjoy so far. The second is that under a new regime, tighter oversight, particularly since a merged corporation stemming from WBD and Paramount would have multiple different subsidiaries and properties to manage. Another thing to consider, as Bloomberg pointed out in the report, the 2019 merger between Disney and 21st Century Fox resulted in a smaller movie output from the studios. If merged, Paramount would have to carry Warner Brothers' financial responsibilities, and those superheroes have proven profitable in the past. The ROI, at least theatrically, has decreased considerably. Depending on the financial outcome of Clayface, Supergirl, the merged Paramount Warner Brothers could theoretically shorten or widen the monetary and creative flexibility that DC has. Okay, so there's definitely some news here, but Steph, we talked about this last week, and what we said was it would be stupid for them to just bring him on right away, to fire him and go, okay, or to buy and say, well, you know what? You have that movie out there, Superman, you've got this thing, you've got a plan, we're gonna get rid of it. Now, what they say is very true, and we also talked about that last week. They very well could say, okay, we want you to continue on what you're doing, but we're going to have a little bit more input than, say, Zaslav did. We're going to ask you to do a couple more things that we think. Or they could also say, we want Abdi and DeLuca to be a little bit more involved than they are. And then eventually James Gunn go, I don't like this way of things. I don't want to up my contract. I don't want to continue this way. No, thank you. But it makes sense that they would keep him on and let his movies plan. They'll be petty and say, well, you don't believe in the same stuff I believe in politically, so we're going to get rid of you. So no, I might tell you certain things now, and there might be a creative leash more so than there was before. And you can leave if you want, but you still have a job. This makes sense to me. How about yourself?
Yeah, this makes complete sense. I feel like James Gunn, whether you like him or not, is a total catch for a studio, at least right now, because he is willing to put in so much effort. He has the passion, he has the skill set, he has the contacts, and it's like he just got started, so it wouldn't make any sense. I think it would ruffle more feathers than do good. And also, like, there's multiple realities in which we're seeing these billionaires kind of buy and monopolize these streaming companies, and there's parts of us that I'm sure are like, are they doing this to insist their political view on us? But then there's like a whole other side that's like, a lot of people are one issue voters, and like they could like honestly not really care what his messaging is and really just
Right.
be like, I just, I like making money and that's why I bought this company. Like, we just don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's true. It's like, but look, and there's two parts of that. If he goes and he makes some movies that Ellison doesn't agree with, but like you said, but it makes $1 billion. He's going to make me another $1 billion. I don't care. Do what you got to do. But there's the flip side of that, to where if it starts to underperform, and he's going to go, all right, maybe we cut back on some of that stuff, because they're not buying tickets to see it. So maybe you should look at both sides of the thing here, which is possible as well.
Right.
But you can't just say, oh, I don't like what he did in his last thing, so I'm going to fire him now. You're fired because I don't agree with you. That'd be stupid. And it also, in the same way that he's running, they just started this thing, and we talked about it. It would be so stupid to reboot the DCU again, or continue his vision right now without him. You can eventually do that, but right now it'd be stupid. So it makes sense that they would say, I think it would be smart business for them to keep them on board for now and let them finish their run.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that the other thing that is interesting, and I'm curious what you think, is there's other things that would be put together and stuff that we'll cover, but the question is about the two lots. I mean, the Warner Brothers lot is famous. It's legendary. And even the Fox lot, which is kind of empty now, stuff, it still exists. It's still there. Do they get rid of the Warner Brothers lot? Do they turn it into a Paramount lot, or do they just basically operate it as the Warner Brothers lot?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a sad feature to think about, is the minimalization of these lots and kind of the condensing of them. I think that they would keep it. I think that there's a lot people like, there's a nostalgia factor, but there's also like it's still famous and it still makes great products. So I just feel like cleaning house as soon as you purchase something wouldn't be the smartest thing. And like, why not just use it feels like more of an asset than something to get rid of. So I would assume just keep the asset until it no
Yeah,
longer serves you.
I agree with you, and you get some more space to do things and more place to shoot. And the fear of the reduction of movies and things. If you look, there are a lot of things that were also made through Hulu and other stuff that they did, and there's a lot of things that were made. But I don't know. I think that this is, as we mentioned, and there's more conversations about it now. I still think it's inevitable. I think that this guy really wants it, and I think they're going to get it.
I do too.
Yeah. All right. What do you guys make of this? What do you think about the rumor of James Gunn being safe? You think that's true? Not true? Put your thoughts. Let us know what you're thinking. All right. This Paramount thing, it ain't over yet. There's more stuff. And now, from one controversial thing, it's controversial in general stuff, just the fact that they want to buy it. Well, this is going to really ruffle your feathers. I know it. And we'll discuss. And that is that Paramount CEO reportedly is planning to use AI to increase the movie and TV output if the merger goes through. What does that mean? Well, I do know that they're making AI robots very soon. I just saw this on Instagram stuff, that they'll cook and clean and wash your clothes and all that. Have you seen this?
No.
Yeah. And it really is turning into the Jetsons. Anyway, a new report states that should Paramount merge with Warner Brothers Discovery, Paramount's CEO intends to use AI to ramp up the number of films and TV shows. Plot thickens. Daniel Klissman again, for the potential merger between Warner Brothers and Paramount, because AI has reportedly entered the conversation. Though multiple parties have been said to be interested in acquiring Warner Brothers following the company's sale announcement, such parties include Netflix, Apple. The biggest contender to become the studio's new owner appears to be Paramount, David Ellison. The company has so far sent in 3 bids, each adding new things to make the proposal more attractive for the WBD board. One of those added perks was making David Zaslav co-CEO of a merged Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery deal. All 3 bids have been rejected, but Ellison seems determined to acquire the studio. Now, an interesting report has come out about the reported plans should Warner Brothers end up merging with Paramount. In a report about the current potential merger situations, Bloomberg stated that Ellison intends to take advantage of new technologies like AI to produce more films and TV shows. According to Bloomberg sources, he intends for a potentially merged Paramount Warner Brothers to have an output of 30 movies per year. In the span of only a few years, AI has become a potential disruptor in industry. Multiple creatives such as Del Toro, for example, and guilds have spoken about the use of the tech. In fact, it was used as a major point of contention in the 2023 WGA SAG-AFTRA strikes. Yet, at the same time, more and more creatives and executives appear to be leaning toward employing the technology. Many high-profile productions have already used it. A good example being Marvel, Ant-Man, and the Wasp: Quantumania. However, given the contentiousness of artificial intelligence, many such productions don't openly advertise their use of it. In case where AI use is uncovered, apologies or statements on the matter are usually released. However, if Warner Bros. Does indeed merge with Paramount, Ellison reported plans come to fruition, the CEO would take the first major step in normalizing AI usage in Hollywood. After that, it would only be a matter of time before other studios follow suit. As of now, Warner Bros. Has not accepted bids from potential buyers, so there is still some time before we know what actions the potential new owner of the company will take. However, given how strong a contender Paramount seems to be, it's likelier than not that Ellison will end up acquiring it. Thus, Bloomberg's report may provide a reasonable idea of what to expect should it merge with Paramount. Okay, so the first part is exactly what we were just talking about, and we've been saying this. Does seem inevitable. This guy wants it. Seems like he will get it. Now, it's not really clear in this report from Bloomberg what he would do with AI, just that he would use it. What does that mean? Does that mean he would use it for editing purposes, writing purposes, graphics, everything? Like, what does that mean? Like, just that he would incorporate it? Does that mean look, everybody else is sneakily using it. We're going to be out there and using it. We are going to push it forward. We know that eventually everybody's going to be using it anyway. So we'll take the hit and take the controversy and take the criticism, and we're going to do this all AI guns blazing, if you will. Like, what do you think it means?
I have no idea. It was just a matter of time for one person to be like, I really don't care about my reputation as an artist or a creative, so I'll take the blame and let's just go full steam ahead with this. I mean, it makes me very scared for the future of the business because I don't know. It feels very ominous, like we're going to be using it. But to me, it's like when you have a money making person whose just top concern is making money, it's like they'll use it in any way that they possibly can to save money. And they'll probably go really far into it. And then if viewership goes down, then kind of step back or maybe ease into it. But regardless, I think that the plan would be to use it as much as possible before there's usership, like a downgrade in users and
Yeah.
viewers.
Yeah. I mean, and it's also, look, the technology is changing every day.
Right.
It's changing like in leaps and bounds. You look already I remember we used to have those conversations about, well, AI, the uncanny valley, you just know when it's not real. Not anymore. Sora 2 changed that shit. I'll tell you, there are some things that, look, there are sometimes you look right away and you go, well, that's not real. There's other things though, like this thing's emoting. Like it has, like, because that was always for me, is that the AI voices were so bad. And I was like, well, when I would see the Luke Skywalker AI stuff, and he'd walk into me, and then I wondered what Ben would think. And look, I would look over there and realize everything was changing. And you're like, well, there's nothing to it. Now they're laughing, they're moving their mouth around the segment, they're thinking. It looks like it's crazy scary what the programs are doing now, and they're learning every day, that you could see it where, let's say, they want to do a thing where, okay, here's an example. I just talked about Famke Janssen. I really enjoy saying her name now that I know how to say it. She plays a pop star, a former pop star who had a big hit back in the day. Now, right now, they can go back and they can use some de-aging and other things too. But if they wanted to, with this tech, they could put together a young Famke Janssen at 21 years old singing a damn song, the whole damn song, and you wouldn't know the difference at all. That's where they're at now with that tech. And maybe that's the kind of shit that he's going to use. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's like you don't know, and then I feel like it's one of those things that once they open the door to it, it's like
Hmm.
it's kind of endless. Uh, yeah, it's kind of just scary to think about. I understand in some uses, like I don't want to be like a curmudgeon that doesn't use technology, but it just feels like with the arts that relies so much on creativity and humanity, which feels like things that AI cannot replicate, but they'll try to use it in every other aspect of the business until the business becomes dwindled down into this kind of like, "Oh, you can watch this while you scroll on your phone." And
Right.
it's not like the same engagement where you would go to escape from the world, you would go to see yourself on screen, a story, a moment that reminded you of your life. It just feels like, okay, then what are we watching at a certain point? So I am curious to see what happens. It feels like there's no stopping it. So I don't know what's better, like resist, 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 or just kind of like try to be a part of managing it.
Right. Right. And that's ultimately the thing, right? Because and this is what we said the other day. Um, what is going to happen for at least a very long time is that you're always going to have people who and should fight against it, be against don't you should be able to be creative, encourage people to be creative, not just be lazy and rely on this technology, right? And there will always be that in in my generation, in your generation. But as we mentioned many times over, um, the generation that's being born into it today is not going to have the problems with it that we do because they were born into it and they're going to be used to it in the same way that like I don't know like cell phones wasn't a thing when I was a kid. Cell phones and things like and computers and shit wasn't, but like kids they don't know a world without cell phones and computers and and it's just it is like because my Sadie will say, oh god, it was so much. Even Ming, we were watching something the other day, he's like, it was so much easier back then. The kids today don't know that shit because that's what they were born into. The same kids are going to be born into AI and they're going to just use it as a tool in the same way they use a laptop.
Yeah, I totally get that, and I think that
I'm
there's a
not saying
lot
it's
of
right or wrong. I'm
right,
just
but
saying it's just
I
going to happen.
I fear for kids, like because it's one thing to be able to be good at technologies, that's awesome, they can kind of cut through the workplace in a way that, we couldn't before, but then on the other end of it, it's like, we already have a job crisis, and, Amazon just cut what was it, like, 60,000 jobs,
Wow.
like, the
Yes, yes, yes. Yep.
biggest cut that they've done,
Right.
so that they could prepare for AI in those replacement jobs. So
Right.
it's like, what kind of future does that build actually economically for
Yeah.
kids where they are so in with AI that they don't even realize that that replaced a potential money earner, the way to
Right.
support their future
Right.
families. And then in addition to that, it's like changing the way they view stuff. Like I feel
Mhm.
like we were one of the last generations where it's like when like movies were, they're fairly new, and the magic of someone being able to create an image through a camera, then edit it with a team, and there's a magic to movie going that I'm like, are they not going to even be able to actually understand that, and that's why
Right.
they don't care?
I'll tell you, if out of all of the entire I mean, look, the entire business is obviously up in arms, rightfully so when this because of the jobs and everything too. But if I was in animation, I would be terrified
Right.
if I worked in animation because the thing with live action still, there are times they have it. There's still a couple times you can catch it, and there's other things, and we don't know how much longer. I've seen Family Guy clips, I have seen Simpson clips, I've seen Pixar trailers and all that stuff that are completely just someone typing in a prompt and saying, "Let's do this." Boom, and it looks like and it was animated and it looks like the best animators in the world did it. Um, and where an animated movie typically will take what 3 or 4 years to make, you can now make it with these programs in a day, or maybe 2. And people with animation, with still with using voiceover and music and changing it up and stuff too, you can make animated movies way faster now, way faster. So if you were Ellison, you're like, why are we doing 4 years to do this movie. We can do this one, then we can do a sequel in a year. And you can, because the same thing, you can still use humans to say, okay, we have the blueprint. Here's the hour and a half movie that we came up with. That seems a little, it didn't catch that. Let's add a couple lines here. Let's use, but the whole project, the animation part of it is done. I would be terrified if I was an animator. I would be terrified.
Right. Yeah, there's a few jobs like that where it's like, damn, like if that's what you guys want to do now, then I don't even know where I could begin in life again, because that's my entire craft. Like
Right.
people go to school their whole, like that's their whole study.
Yeah, learn
And
how
then
to do it.
yeah, and then they get a dream job at Pixar, and then they spend like years on each movie. And like we see it with Across the Spider-Verse and the final of it. It's like,
Right.
it takes years and years, and I don't know, like,
It's crazy,
yeah.
Steph. If you went to Sora right now and you put in a prompt, and you and me starring in a Sony Pictures animated film in the style of K-pop or Spider-Verse, where we were doing an animated podcast, it would pop up like that, and it would look like the animators did it. And like you said, the skill that went into that to learn, because this is where I do agree, where this is really there needs to be more the people need to be paid for these things too, but it's just hard to lock it down, because what AI is essentially doing is going into the past and picking out what people have created and now
Yeah,
recreating that and using
it's
it. Like
stealing it.
right, it's stealing. It couldn't have learned it on its own. Not that. It learned it from reference points of what people created.
Mhm.
So that's the tricky part of it, because you can go, I mean, obviously, if someone recreates a Family Guy episode and Seth MacFarlane goes, "F you, pay me for that. I own
Right.
that." You can't do that. But if it's like, hey, the style of, and then the next thing you know, it's gonna be it's someone in the chat said you got to outlaw it now. That train has left the station. We're too far. Too many people are using it now, and you cannot turn on any news program and not hear about AI. You can't. It's impossible.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, it's everywhere now, and now it's the default of search engines. It's like you'd have to go and turn it off on Google for your if you ask a question to Google, it just defaults on AI. Now even my phone says, "Do you want me to use
yes,
ChatGPT
yes,
as
yep.
Siri to answer your question?" So it's like it's making people money, and once that happens,
That you just said it. You just nailed it. Because because that's the rationale for a lot of these people, is that, well, yeah, sure, we're losing those jobs, but they're going to be replaced because the people who are actually learning, because that's the other thing. The younger generations coming in who are going to understand it and who are going to use it more, there will be more jobs involved with AI. So some of those jobs that are being taken away, that are just not necessary anymore because of it. There will be newer jobs, but some jobs, like older generation, is not going to just not going to figure it out. So
right.
I don't know. What do you guys make of the initial story that Ellison will probably use AI, and where do you stand on it? It should be a debate, should be a conversation. I want to hear about it. Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right. Before we move on to our next topic. Oh, Steph, did you see the thing that happened with me and Roca on Monday?
No.
Oh, this is great. Simon Section, Mr. Roca. Such a nobody, only me and you got that reference. He knocked
Is this setup okay?
Yeah, he figured it out, but I made a death of a salesman joke, and he just lost
Yeah,
it to
that
it.
went over my head, but I saw one thing go down
Yeah.
and then the next. That's
It's the best.
crazy.
Yeah, I said, of course, the death of a salesman, nobody got. That was the whole point. I said he got it, and it was a Willie Loman joke. You don't even know who Willie Loman is, do you?
No.
Right.
No.
So it went over everybody's head, but he got it, and he's like, I can't believe you made a Willie Loman joke, and he's slamming on the thing, and it was pretty great.
That's hysterical. I love that.
That was a mistake, but hey, that's okay. Like I said, we're gonna do some more stories, but before we do, I get you. Look, what kind of wallet does Harry have?
Oh my god, the worst wallet ever.
I'm not kidding you, Steph. The Ridge wallet. Oh my god. Please watch this. I'm gonna show you
Okay.
the Ridge wallet and then I'll show you Cash App. But this is his birthday coming up soon or just Christmas?
No, but I can always get him a gift.
I'm not kidding you. What and is he a sports guy?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. What?
he's the
Okay.
best athlete I've ever
All right.
seen.
All right. Then you need to watch this. Oh, I love talking to you guys about Ridge wallets. I mean, I've talked to you about Ridge wallets before, and if you haven't heard it, well, I'm going to tell you again because they're awesome. They're so good. I used to have that big clunky wallet. Now it's a lot easier. Everything just fits together. Who wants that big, giant, crusty leather brick falling apart? Stinks. What's great about these is that they're unique. They're slim. It's got a modern design that holds up to 12 cards plus cash. For me, I've got the New York Giants one. Yeah, tough season, but hey, got a good quarterback. And it just looks cool. There's over 50 plus colors and there's styles to choose from. Like I said, I got the Giants one. It's great. It's got over 100,000 five-star reviews. You know, the other thing is when you lose your wallet, it's like Panic City. But the good news, with the Ridge AirTag attachment, you'll always know exactly where it is before the panic mode kicks in. No matter what your pick is, Ridge has free shipping, 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty on all of their products. So for a limited time only, our listeners will get 10% off a Ridge. You got to use that code Kristian at checkout. You got to head on over to ridge.com, use the code Kristian, and you're all set. Now, after you're going to get one, and you will get one, they're going to ask you, hey, where'd you hear about us? You say, Kristian Harloff told us about it. Support the show. Tell them that we sent you. Look, people can be scumbags. We know that. People are trying to rip people off for money all the time. There's scams happening all the time. Hell, there are YouTube channels dedicated to catching these scamming bastards. But your security, it's got to be a priority. And Cash App, it treats it that way. With Security Lock, Cash App requires a successful Face ID or a biometric authentication to access your account. It's like your money is being protected by your own personal bodyguard. Even if your phone, if it's lost, if it's stolen, they got you covered. Plus, if you're about to send money to someone new and Cash App notices that something's like off, you're falling for a scam, it's going to send you a warning before the money is sent to confirm that everything looks right. Turn on Security Lock in your Cash App settings today. Pay attention to scam warnings to keep your money safe. Learn more at cash.app/security. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code SECURE10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend with 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Discounts provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcasts for full disclosures. All right. Thank you to Cash App and thank you to Ridge. See how cool Ridge is?
Yeah, that looks awesome. I like all the colors. I was
It's
looking
great.
at it.
And it's so contained. It's great, especially because when I'm going to the city, I like just have to make it sure it's on me, and it's just so contained. And I got New York Giants customized. Speaking of sports, man, oh man, I bet like 3 times a year on sporting events, but I only do when I get a hunch, Steph. Only when I get a hunch. And I had a hunch. I said, look, the Blue Jays seem like they have that kind of magic touch this year. And so, and the Dodgers can sniff my feet and talk about it on Friday. So I was like, you know what? I am going to absolutely, even though the Blue Jays beat the Yankees, I'm doing it. 3-2. Take them out. Take the Dodgers out. And somebody said to me in the chat room yesterday, you bet against Ohtani? RIP. How you feeling now? I know it ain't over. I know they can still come back and win. But you ain't calling a RIP. You're saying they got to survive. They could very well win the series. They could very well come back and win the next 2. It's going to be hard. They're in Toronto. Going to be hard. But I don't hear about no RIP. They're going to kill him. Sniff my feet, fool.
Damn. I didn't know you felt like that about the Dodgers.
No. That was sniff my feet is more about the person who said, don't. I'm like I said, I follow my gut. I'm not bad at it. I'm not bad at it.
I like Ohtani. I think it's because I'm Japanese. So I'm like I love like all these Japanese players coming in hot. And then I've been in LA forever. So it's hard not to be a Dodgers fan from the side. But yeah, so I want them to win because I don't even know the Blue Jays. I don't even know what city that is. Or Toronto. Yeah, I just found that out. So I don't really care about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I don't get involved in sports. It's like the moment I'm like, oh, Ohtani, cool. Now I'm like, what's happening? I don't know.
I'm just like I said. I look, that guy he's one of the he's a phenom, and how you not like love watching that guy play is just what he's able to do. Um, but like I said, sometimes teams just kind of have this special magic about them, and I felt that that's what what the Blue Jays have. So I'm excited to see what they can do. Hopefully they can pull it off. It's going to be hard for the Dodgers to win 2 in Toronto, but they're a great team. They could potentially do it. So we shall see.
Yep.
All right, let's see if there's some other stuff happening here today on the show. Hold on, what did he say? So, oh, wait, I'm so confused. Tack Peter just wrote me and said something about a Doctor Strange story. Says a Doctor Strange story in my description. I don't know what he's talking about. Review up in my stories. In my regular stories? Oh, my Instagram stories? Somebody posted Doctor Strange review in my Instagram stories? Wait a minute. I'm so confused. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, let's go into this next topic. So we've got where is it? Let's see. I don't think we're done with this Paramount stuff. I think we got more. And we got HBO Max. What's going to happen at HBO Max?
Are you watching Tulsa King?
Not yet. I've seen
Okay.
season 2. Why is 3 awesome?
No. Okay.
No. Okay.
3 has like 2 episodes where I'm like, why? And okay, so I started first season and Tyson was my favorite character.
Okay.
Now
Which one was, right.
I honestly want to fight Tyson. He just like is making the stupidest decisions, and the whole like wannabe gangster but like raised by good parents in like a stable household is kind of, it's like, okay, get it together one way or the other. I get you want to be a hustler, but like, yeah, he's kind of killing me. But now it's starting to get back. I like the new additions cast wise for sure. And I'm still watching it, but there was some episodes where I'm like, that feels frustrating.
I got to check it out. I got to see.
Yep.
I'll tell you what you need to see is Christy. Sydney.
Oh, okay. You saw that.
Yeah, I saw it. It's remember I told you I don't know what to make of. I've never seen Euphoria. I've never seen it. Only
right.
I know Sydney Sweeney more so as like as a celebrity more than I do an actress, because like you can't judge her off Madam Web, but that's the only thing I really knew her from. I didn't see her anything else. She's a full-fledged actress. She is an absolute powerhouse in this movie. She's phenomenal, and she shows no fear in it whatsoever. She does not worry about being a movie star at all or looking like one. She engulfs herself in the personality. Did you know anything about Christy Martin?
A little bit, only since when the movie came out. I think you told me about her. We had talked about it when the trailer came out.
Right. Yeah, she was like, she really put women's boxing on the map.
Yeah.
And she was great. Her and Ben Foster is terrifying in it. It's not an easy watch, especially knowing what happens to her. But yeah, I think Sydney Sweeney is going to be mentioned in the conversation. She'll definitely be nominated. She got a shot to win it. She got a shot.
But it's a good movie.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
I saw that. I took 2 out of the theater reactions. The other one was In Your Dreams, which is the Netflix.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Another good one, which is, and Netflix is kind of overpowering. I know our good friend, fan animator, commented on it too. Where someone wrote that Pixar's kind of mid right now, or struggling. He's like, no, it's not. I love you, buddy, but you're wrong. They're struggling bad right now. Pixar is not the powerhouse that they used to be. They're just not. They're not the top dog.
What Netflix did really smart was for the past few years, they've been accumulating anime and getting really great deals with the top animes out there and animation out there. And they've done for a few years, like Mr. Klaus, and they had the Mitchells vs. the Machine movie. They've had a few of their own animated movies. So it feels like they it's been like a long game for the past 5-ish years where they're like animation. Maybe it was post pandemic when people started to see kind of what you could do with animation and the kind of the freedom of it, but
Yeah.
then also tuning into the foreign and domestic audience where you're like, anime is one of the biggest things ever. So I watch a ton of I watch more anime on Netflix than I do on
Right.
Crunchyroll right
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, we finished season 1 of
I
Demon
saw
Slayer.
that.
Yeah, the last 2 episodes of finale airs on Saturday for us, and then episode 1 of season 2, because then we're gonna watch the movie for next week.
Okay, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's great. At least
yeah,
get through the movie. Yep.
yeah. The whining turd doesn't bother me as much as he did the
He
first couple
got better.
episodes. Yeah,
Yep.
he's fine. He's
It's
better.
those first few
Yeah,
episodes where you're like, "What?" And then I feel
yeah.
like they got the note.
They got it. I like Pigface a lot though.
Yeah, he's hysterical.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
I love that voice actor. I've seen his Instagram.
Mhm.
He's so great with the fans and he'll like go into the Inosuke voice like
Is it the same
all
voice? Is it the same actor for both the dub and the other one too?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no,
So which one are
no.
you talking about?
I'm talking about I know you're watching the English version.
Okay, so
So
you're talking about
the
that guy. Okay.
American actor,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Um, so this is another story, Steph, about HBO Max and Paramount. What happens? Wait a minute, that's the wrong one. Hey, get out of here, you. What's happening? I can't tell. There we go. All right. HBO Max will reportedly be absorbed into Paramount Plus if Warner Brothers Discovery mergers with Paramount. According to a new report, should Paramount acquire Warner Bros. Discovery, the plan is to merge HBO Max into Paramount Plus, creating one big streaming service for the combined corporations. The potential merger between Paramount and Skydance, Warner Bros. Presents a lot of intriguing scenarios for the entertainment industry. The possibility of two giants, one of which already merged with another company, Skydance, with such vast content libraries coming together, is as intimidating as it is intriguing, and as looks like increasingly like Paramount will become the new owner. Many questions about the future of the companies loom over the deal. One of the most important is what's going to happen to their streaming services, Paramount Plus and HBO Max. The two streaming services have been gradually finding their footing with audiences since their inception. So they're important assets to consider in this merger. Thanks to the new report, we may have a new idea what becoming of the streamers. Bloomberg, should the merger between Warner Brothers and Paramount happen, Paramount Skydance, CEO David Ellison reports to plans to merge HBO Max into Paramount Plus. From how the plan is described, it doesn't look like the two streamers would combine into a new service. Instead, the goal is supposedly for Paramount Plus to absorb HBO Max. According to the report, Ellison believes such a merger will allow more people to see how the work of film and TV show creators. Furthermore, Ellison is reportedly hopeful that having Warner Brothers catalog will make Paramount Plus a more exciting proposition for consumers. On the linear TV front, Bloomberg states that the CEO doesn't plan on selling any cable networks from either Paramount or WBD. Notably, per the outlet's sources, Warner Brothers Discovery CNN news site could be given resources from CBS News, which is owned by Paramount. Focusing on the streaming services, what is said to be planned for HBO Max is interesting. While Paramount Plus boasts a strong content library with SpongeBob, Sonic the Hedgehog, TMNT, and Taylor Sheridan's various series, HBO Max offerings are arguably much stronger and recognizable. Just in terms of children entertainment, Warner Brothers streaming service has nearly all of DC's animated series, as well as large portion of Cartoon Network. It is also the home of major franchises like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Batman. With that, it makes sense for HBO Max to be one of the ones expected to strengthen Paramount Plus. What's puzzling is the implication that the supposed intentions for Paramount Plus to absorb HBO Max. From the two streamers merging into one, most would say it would be expected for Warner Bros. To remain the dominant brand. However, that does not seem to be the intention of now. Okay. So there's like good and bad, I think, in this. I think it's is that the wrong spelling of your name again?
No, that's good.
Okay. So the what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. The good thing for me is good. Don't if you gotta keep splitting up, you own all this shit and you're putting it on two different streaming services. You got Paramount Plus, you got Warner Brothers. Like, oh, why am I paying? But you have all this different stuff, and you don't know where to put it all now. And you made a movie for Paramount that used to be from Warner Brothers. It would have lived on Warner Brothers. It's too confusing. You make it into one big thing, and it is going to help them out tremendously. And look, if you let's say you're a House of the Dragon fan, and that's really why you subscribe. in general. But and you're a UFC fan too, but you don't really buy the pay-per-views too much, right? But now you're going and you're going to watch House of the Dragon anyway. Now you get the entire library, plus you're getting all the UFC stuff now too. Everything else, you're getting everything else that they have there. That makes sense. I do agree at the end there. I don't know why they would go with. To me, HBO Max is the more established brand. The HBO name has been so just synonymous with good television for so long that why get rid of that? Paramount Plus is not really that thing, but I guess that they want to show no. Paramount bought HBO and Warner Brothers, not the other way around. And they want to establish it. So it's kind of a power thing. But I don't know. How do you see all this?
I agree with kind of your latter point. Like to me, HBO Max and HBO is like because of all the years of just bangers and kind of just having the highest quality television out there. The Wire, The Sopranos, The House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, like the list goes on and on. Having DC, having Studio Ghibli, having all the Harry Potters. It's like
Uh-oh. Only Steph freezes just like
they're
that.
like their designer stream on, oh, with my back.
Yeah, but your internet does this thing where I know that like I'll bring it up. I'll say when when you hear me say that you've frozen, I've already said it. I've said it like
Oh
5
yeah.
seconds before, and then it comes back and catches up. Now I think it's caught up, so you're good. So continue.
No, what's so weird is we got this new wire in internet, and when I check my street on like my speed, it's amazing. But it's like not doing good. Um yeah, I just think HBO's too designer for this, and that will suck and water it down. And I absolutely don't like the Disney Plus Hulu merger. And so I feel like this will just be another version of that where I'm going to the apps less because it's too much stuff. And if anything, this will heavily benefit Paramount. I know
Oh yeah.
watch a few shows on there, but it's like really because I get it through Amazon Prime. It's like a plug-in and then I see it. It's not like it's not the same as HBO.
No, I only have Paramount Plus because I cover stuff on it, and like the kids will watch some stuff to it, and there. I mean, I hardly ever go to it. It'll be the premier place to go. It'll be the premier place to go. And I told Roku this the other day. Look, I used to watch the UFC like religiously. I used to watch it all the time, and then life got in the way and stuff that too. But then they upped their pay-per-view prices to like $79 a pay-per-view. I'm like, I don't, I'm not going to get back into it. I will get back into the sport now. If every single, I mean, and I use the reference of like, so what I think WWE wind up doing a major damage to their brand with the ESPN deal of what they did. Because you didn't just get it, you have to like up another $5 or $6 or whatever it is. I think it was a major error. They're what they did on for Peacock was great. I would watch those pay-per-views or the PLEs or whatever the hell they're called. And I would watch those because I'm like, okay, I don't tune in as much, but I have Peacock. I'll watch it. Great. I'll watch WrestleMania. I'm not paying for that shit. Paramount is the exact difference. Paramount is now that they have UFC, I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch all the fights. I'm going to watch everything. And so that's just that. Then I know that, oh yeah, well, the Harry Potter series is now going to be on, it's going to be on Paramount Plus. You got the new Lord of the Rings movie that just came out, the whatever it was, the Gollum movie once it comes out, and then it's going to premiere on Paramount Plus a month later. It's going to be the premiere thing if they do it this way. Whatever it is, whether it's HBO Max or Paramount Plus, it's going to battle Netflix. It's going to battle Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I am gonna. Someone said I need to get the VPN. I'm waiting. I need to reach out to my advertising company and see if we can get, because I had NordVPN for a while and I like them. So maybe we'll get them, and then I can get the pay-per-views again. Anyway,
there you go.
Okay. Well, what do you guys make of it? Do you think that this should happen? Do you like the fact that it's that they're separated and they shouldn't separate them, or do you think this is a good plan? They should keep it Paramount Plus, or should they keep it HBO Max? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. trailers dropped today. Did you watch either one of them?
Yes, I saw the Stranger
Stranger Things.
Things. Well, yeah.
So the new Stranger Things trailer dropped, season 5, and I did reaction to both those this morning. What do you think? What do you think about the trailer?
I thought it looked really good. It was exciting seeing the cast again. I saw a lot of talk, and obviously it was noticeable. Like not a ton of Steve, not a ton of Hopper, but Steve specifically. I feel like. Then I went into some of the comments, and I kind of feel the same way. Where they're like, if it's like if something happens to Steve, that's gonna like very upset me. It's gonna
I think
really,
they teased that too many times. I think you can't leave Steve alone.
yeah,
You've just teased it to me. 11's gonna eat it.
right,
11's gonna eat it. And
like a
the
sacrifice.
yeah, because here and I said in the trailer reaction, it's the Harrison Ford effect. Millie Bobby Brown's over this. She doesn't want to do it anymore. All right. And this is the final season. She wants a guarantee that they're not going to ask her to come back. And they might, even if they kill her off, they'll probably still ask her to come back. But now she can say, I'm dead. Leave me alone.
Right.
And I think that she started when she was 11 years old. She's like 22, 23 now, whatever the hell she is. And she wants to be done with this. And I think that it fits the story. It makes sense. There's that one scene that she has with Mikey where she's like, you can't write this. This is one of those things. It's just things have to happen. And I think that's the setup for her gonna eat it.
Damn. Yeah, I guess it would make sense. I feel
Yeah.
like 11's the character that you're like, how long are we gonna be able to have her?
Right.
Because just it was so just from the beginning, you're like, is she gonna be able to be with us for that long? And so I feel like even just having her for this amount of time has been great. But yeah, I get that a character, maybe 2 needs to die, but I
Yeah.
agree, like, the Steve stuff has just been, like,
Too many times.
so too many times,
Yeah.
and I also feel like maybe it was just, like, an obvious trailer misdirect to
Yeah.
get people to be like,
I think so. I think if I was gonna bet, I would say 11's on the top of the list, and then Dustin is number 2.
"Oh, Justin's my favorite character."
For the way that you just reacted there. If they kill Dustin, people will be devastated.
It's my favorite
I
by
know.
far since season 1.
And
Since
I'm telling
season
you,
1.
if he eats it, that's gonna get people
I
very,
don't
very
even wanna
upset.
think about that.
Exactly. Exactly. That's gonna change
But
it.
it looks
So,
good. It looks
it does.
good.
I think it looks
Visually,
phenomenal. Yeah.
looks sick.
I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. I think it looks like they know the direction of where they want to go with it. I love that they're releasing the finale in the theaters. I think that's very smart. And yeah, it looks epic. Now, the other thing, two horror trailers, the other one you didn't watch because you just have you ever seen Scream?
I saw I randomly saw Scream 5, I think.
That's it. You've never seen the first one?
That's I know.
Oh, I don't know, Steph. I don't know. We might have to do it. We might have to do
Yeah,
it.
so randomly saw that, and then yeah, then
Okay. Sorry.
now I
All right. We might have to watch Scream 1 then because the way that I looked at these movies that because you don't really even know, you know, I mean, so if you watched 5, I mean, that was the Melissa Barrera
yes,
and
and Jenna
Ortega.
Ortega. Yep.
Right. So they're no longer part of the franchise. That was just they did like 2 movies and now we're going back to the originals with Nev Campbell. And I like where they're going with it. I got to a place, and I said it in the reaction. I got to a place where I was getting tired with Scream, but now I kind of get what they're doing with it even more so, and I enjoy watching it. I said like I equated it to like the same thing with like Jurassic World, where like if it's in the theater, I want to see it. You know what I mean? It comes out in February. It's a good February tradition, and I think it looks fun. It's the same kind of things that they do over and over and over again, but how they're going to make you play with the mystery and everything. So I liked it. I thought it looked decent. So um,
Okay.
that's it. That's my reaction to or reviews rather of the or Steph of Stranger Things season 5 and Scream 7. So how about you guys? Do you want to see those one TV show, one movie? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. 23 questions thus far. So why don't we just get into the questions now? Because I got to jump onto my phone call at 1:30 my time. So Steph will take over once I'm off, and then I'm going to come back in. But Steph, you need to reach 101. Last week,
Okay.
you did it. You get like 150 or something crazy. So you are the reigning champion. Can you defeat Roxy and Mike today? We shall see. Nathan Drake, Stranger Things kids look 40 in that trailer. I think Dustin still looked a little younger, but yeah, they're getting older. I mean, they're like in their mid 20s or early
Millie
20s
is
now.
a mother.
That's
Like this
crazy.
is
Is she
yeah,
a
they
mother?
yes.
Wow.
She adopted a
Oh, okay.
baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
so
she's 21.
yeah, she lives on a farm. Like she's
Wow.
like straight up
Yeah.
a 40-year-old in a 20-year-old's body. Like
Wow.
she
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
woman.
Well, Finn Wolfhard's 22. Sadie Sink is 23. Um, Noah Schnapp is 21. They're grown adults. They're adults.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
And they're
Nathan Drake's
Gen Z adults, so they look like
yeah.
30.
Nathan Drake. People saying Tenet is Nolan's best drives me crazy. I have never heard that.
I've never heard that in my life.
I have never heard anyone ever say that. I'm not saying that you
Who's
haven't. I'm not saying that you haven't heard that. I just
I
never
am.
have heard that. You're saying that? Okay. Well, Sam and I just watched it. And now we just have Oppenheimer left. But I've never heard anyone say that. I have heard it's his worst. And I would put it. I don't even say worst because he doesn't really make worse, but
Yeah.
it's my least favorite of his movies. If I was making a ranking, it's my least favorite.
It's like the biggest by the end of it was like that's it.
Right.
I never feel that about a Nolan movie. So yeah, no, def not my fave. Love the cast, just def not my fave. Story wise, climax wise, it was just kind of
Yeah. It was it wasn't great. It wasn't great. Okay, let's get to the next one. And this one is
Did Sam get what was going on? I need to watch her reaction.
She
Okay.
didn't love it either. Hey, Mr. CJ. All right. Steph, you're in the Arnold world now. Have an Arnold one-liner that you wish to recite. There's no pressure.
I think my favorite one so far is stick around.
Stick around. That's from Predator. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a lot of great ones in Running Man, though. He's got
Yeah,
a
he
lot of
does.
great ones.
He does.
So,
That one's just stuck with me.
go ahead. Won't show on this shirt. Commandos are some good ones, too. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
Oh, that one's good. That one's really good.
Come on, Bennett. You want to you stick it in there and see what's going on in there when you turn it. So good. Okay. Again, we are moving down the line here. James Clark, now that Sam is invested in Middle Earth, when will you watch The Hobbit? Can you react to the extended versions, please? Best way to watch those movies. The extended versions of The Hobbit? I didn't even know there were extended versions of The Hobbit. Don't make me do that, James. I'll watch the regular versions of those. The extended versions of The Lord of the Rings we'll probably wind up doing down the line, but I'm not. I can't do extended versions of Hobbit. I don't have enough time or the mental strength.
It's like the only because most franchises, major movie franchises, I've read the books, and I never really Harry Potter, I was like, yeah, there are stuff that they missed, but I love the movies.
Yeah.
It didn't make me not like the movies. Twilight felt the same way. Like there's a ton of them like that.
Yeah.
The Hobbit was the one where I was like, why did you guys make those changes on one of the greatest books of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't even know what they would have added, and it feels like they would have added more made up stuff too.
They stretched out, yeah, and they stretched it into 3 movies when it could have been 2. It could have been 2 movies easily. And yeah, and they relied too much on the CGI stuff back then, and they should have just filmed it the same exact way that he filmed Lord of the Rings, but he got a bunch of new toys he wanted to play with. This like it was similar to what Lucas did with the prequels. Gopal, loved Famke since Goldeneye. Yeah, we talked about Goldeneye for quite a while because that was like one of her big movies. So that was one of her first ones. But she talked about how she was basically stereotyped, from playing that and then having to push out on that and have people kind of take her serious. So it was a cool it was a really cool conversation. I figured I was gonna like her, in general, because I've seen her interviews and heard her speak before, but like we hit it off. We just had a really good conversation. Like she's just easy to talk to. So it's a good one. People will like it. Gopal, the Running Man reaction was great. Thanks, Gopal. I'm glad you watched it. I'm excited that you watched it.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a fun one. We like doing that. I hope I'm
Totally.
going to see the new one. I can't remember. Oh, no, I'm seeing Predator. What am I seeing first? I think I see Predator. I see one of them. I see one of them on Monday, and then I see one of them next Monday. It's either Predator or Running Man Monday. I think Predator is this Monday. Gopal, I still need to work on balancing volume between the movie and you guys. That's fair. I understand.
Yep.
I am excited to get some of this. I think, Steph, we're very close in having some more information. Like I'm not even, like I said, I had the phone call with the director and the producer last week, and I feel like they told me that I could say who it was, but it's like, you know what? I want to wait to debut them on a stream. And
Oh, that's
then,
awesome.
you know what I mean? And then also debut like our tiers, because what I can say, so I mentioned my buddy Attack Peter, who is becoming a very close friend now. He's just a good human being, and I like him a lot. He does my Down to Earth channel with me a lot, but I met him. Well, he had been watching the show before. I think he watched Glider and other things, but then we became friendly because we were both at Skybound at the same time. And he had launched a lot of very successful. He's very, if you don't know Attack Peter's work, he's a very talented artist. You guys should check him out at Attack Peter. I think it's attackpeter.com. But just check him out. I mean, his art is incredible. He's a very talented artist. Anyway, so he ran a lot of very successful Kickstarter campaigns with Skybound. And I was like, dude, I would love to get your insight on this. And he's being very generous and volunteering his time to get on a conversation with myself, the director, the producer, and my writing partner. And we're going to kind of go over and try to get together the best tiers possible to incentivize people. Because one of the things we want to do, and the director brought this up, and I think it's a great idea, is to record our table reads and let certain tiers have the table reads. And
That's awesome.
as we're auditioning people too, give their votes on, like, we're in between the process, and we're right here. What do you think? And have people's input on it. We're gonna be letting people really get involved.
That's cool. That's a great idea.
Mike Joyce, Emma Stone really shaved her head for Begonia, and it looks stunning. Would Steph ever shave her head? I bet she could pull it off.
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people have told me that. It's
Really?
just funny. Yes, I've gotten that a lot, but I actually don't think it's true. I think if I needed to,
Yeah.
I'd find a way to pull it off, but I really don't have that face structure that kind of nails it. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. Emma Stone did, because she's definitely one of those actresses. I definitely would if I had a role like that, for sure. Or like the V for Vendetta role with Natalie Portman, 100% shave my head. But yeah, because I've seen it grow out. She's like that short, adorable little haircut now, which I actually think is very fitting on her. But yeah, I would if I like got enough money for it.
Right. That's
Or
right.
or if I had to. Yeah, if I had to, or
right.
if like a friend needed to shave their head, I would shave my head. I wouldn't be, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I've done it twice. Gopal, do you have specific areas where you're a Luddite? For me, it's mechanical watches and fountain pens. Steph?
Okay, like Luddite, sorry, definition, like things that I purchased that's an odd
No,
choice.
it's just like something that you just don't like in technology. Like it's like you're just not buying it. You're not into it. You just like in the way that people are Luddites with AI.
Okay, I don't really like Apple Watches.
That's fair.
Yeah, I had one for a week and then I returned it because, my God, was it annoying. It's like, I don't
Same.
want.
I had one too. I didn't use it.
Right.
Yeah.
Please don't. On my wrist, it feels like I don't know, it feels like a narc is on me at all times.
I understand. Johnny Patrizia should cast a younger actress for the part, not AI. Which part?
Oh, you were talking about.
Oh, I'm just saying in general. Yeah. Well, they're not using AI. I'm just saying they're definitely not using AI. I was just using that as an example. But yeah, maybe so. That's what everyone says now. But again, Johnny, I would guess you're anywhere in the age range of 25 to 45, right? Maybe 25 to 50 of how old you are, right? you're in the same range of what we're talking about here too. I want to see, although they can't voice their opinion, I want to see a 6-year-old today who's going to in 20 years if they feel the same way that you do about this. I tell you, the answer will be no, because they'll be this stuff will be incorporated into film and TV for many years over at that point. Clip Champ Razor, I'm a writer that got hit in the Amazon layoff. I'm sorry, Clip. And I saw what AI is capable of behind the scenes. I am terrified. That's what I mean. Clip, give me some examples. I want to know.
Right.
Right. What?
Yeah.
Right. I'm telling you, like the 30 seconds, like I was already like, oh man, what they're going to be able to do with AI is crazy. I was always saying that, like 2.5 years ago, Steph, when we were talking about it in my old office, when we were all sitting around talking about it, I was like, the stuff that they're going to be able to do is crazy. Now, after I saw the Sora thing, I said, this is it. Because right now, you can only do Sora is like what, 6 seconds or something, or 7 seconds. There is a program that will allow you to do 30 minutes or an hour or 2 hours. And once they start letting people do that, it's over.
Right.
It's over. It's crazy, like the stuff that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw Donald Trump do a ring and run and then fall down, and it looked like him. Like his voice and everything. Like, I'm the best at ring and run. And then he rang the bell and he fell down and it looked like it was him. And it sounded like it was him. It was crazy. All right. Let's see. So Clip, I want to know. Clip, like what was it? What did you see behind the scenes? That scares me. That scared you. 33 questions, 23 minutes for me. Seattle KO, support for Steph. Always. It's still one of my favorite profile pictures. I love that.
Thank you.
So good. All right. The Pride Days or something else. Speaking of that, for people who saw Smashing Machine, Mark Coleman, who was played by Ryan Bader. Did you see Smashing Machine yet, Steph?
No.
Going with the Rock?
No.
So Ryan Bader plays Mark Coleman, who was Mark Kerr's like best friend. Well, Coleman's going to be on Matt Serra's show. We're having him on today, and then by the way, the other thing is right after this at 2:00 EST, I'm jumping right into a live stream for members. It'll be a shorter live stream because I have that show with Matt at 3 my time, but I'm going to jump in and do our second thing. So if you remember, you should jump in there. Haskell, Super VAT test. Super VAT. Thank you for your Super VAT. RQMD SMD, support for Steph and Honey Bear. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Ralph, you were pretty amazed on your Tenet review watching that inverted hallway fight, reverse car chase action scenes, and Branagh's Oscar-worthy performance. Oh yeah, look, it's a Nolan movie. It's a Nolan movie. It looks, I mean, it's stunning, and there's some cool stuff in it. And I probably liked it better watching it this time than I did in general. I'm just telling you that I like it. It's my least favorite of his movies. Yeah.
Yeah, it still looks amazing, and there's good things about it. I just had a problem getting in with the story.
Right. Ralph, by the way, we're going to tell Sam you're going to show her next after Nolan. Please be Shutter Island at 7. That's not going to be next. I think Wicked, potentially Matrix will be one too. She still hasn't seen Man of Steel. I know Ralph doesn't care about that, but like that kind of stuff. And then we're going to probably I'll probably run the Zootopia reaction on Tuesday.
Awesome.
She wasn't feeling well this week, so we couldn't get her into the studio. Go, pal. Hilariously bad idea to lose the HBO brand name. I happen to agree with you, and I think Steph does too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, please don't.
Yeah, it'd be pretty stupid. It's a very established brand. I agree fewer apps would be better. Yeah, but you got to keep that name. We're all on the same page. Upload speed is usually a small fraction of the download. I think
my download speed's really good too.
I think Fios had ads around. Others are half fast. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I never have this problem with Steph though when we're doing reactions. Like
right,
never.
It's something about StreamYard.
Yeah.
I need to figure it out though, like because the first line of business was I just had to update the internet and get that better.
Yeah.
Now that's better, so something is wrong.
I wonder if Luke knows.
Yeah.
Stephanie McMahon plugged the VPN. You have to get it. I know, Johnny. I gotta look. I'm gonna reach out to my advertisers and see if I can. Ralph also says Kenneth Branagh in Tenet is the best Bond villain. He really is great in it. Branagh's great. in Tenet. He is. But yeah, it's Sam's least favorite too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Kayla supporting Steph.
Thank
Also, it's my
you.
birthday. Happy birthday, Kayla.
Happy
That's cool.
birthday. I love a Scorpio. Or we're still in Scorpio season,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Love a
yeah.
Scorpio.
Yeah. Mike is a Scorpio to no one's surprise.
Yeah. Love
Yeah.
Scorpios.
Kevin says Slow Horses has been amazing. Season 6 is finished filming. I have never heard anybody say anything less, Kevin.
I know. I need to catch up.
And I need to see season 1.
Yep.
Yeah. ZB. Either of you watched Sakamoto Days on Netflix. You seen it, Seth?
Yes, I love
What
it. I
what is it?
love
What is it?
It's an anime. It's
Okay.
about, a retired assassin that gets back into the game,
Okay.
and he just builds this ragtag team that becomes like family. But it just is like kind of like day in the life with like an ongoing story, but it's really good. I
Yeah.
love it.
Mike Joyce, for what it's worth, Sora 2 can't generate you to. Well, the way that works is that you've got to have the permission of the person. Like, so Steph and I have accounts. You'd have to include us in the way that, so like, you see all these ones with Jake Paul. The only way you're able to do that is because Jake Paul allows his likeness to be able to be used on it. That's how, like, and then they use a lot of people who are no longer with us because there's and people are going through their contracts to figure out, like, because they were using like poor Robin Williams for a while and other things, and then
Right.
that stopped when his family's like, no.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, Peter Kalenko. Check out the trailer for Fackham Hall. I just like the name. Fackham.
Fuck him.
Yeah, Fackham. Hey, so what do you think about that? They said some shit about you. Fackham.
Fuck
Well,
him.
check out that trailer for Fackham Hall. From the people that watched 2 seasons of Downton Abbey, parody from Bleecker Street, right up your alley. I'll have to take a look. Fackham Hall.
Okay.
That's probably why it's called Fackham Hall. Luke James 1 booked IMAX Predator next week. Hope you're well. I'm hearing good things about that movie. Hearing good things.
Cool.
Yep. Crash and Coyote, outlaw AI that would ruin the world overnight. Tesla, Google, Apple video games. You won't be able to play single player games with no computer AI. And they already, he's not wrong though. They already incorporated it into so many things
Yeah.
that it's. Yeah. Did you see Life of Chuck?
No.
So I just
No.
started.
With Hiddleston?
Yeah, I just started watching it last night. Because like I said, I watched Christie. I finished. I'll tell you another movie that I really enjoyed was the Penguin Lessons. I didn't realize it was a true story with Steve Coogan. I finished that one up, liked that movie, and then I was like, well, what should I start? So I started. Sadie and I started Life of Chuck, and it's all about like the whole world is going to shit. Like there's hurricanes and earthquakes, and California falls into the fucking ocean, and the internet's gone and all this shit. And it shows how the world just is so dependent on all this stuff now that they don't know how to do it. Johnny Patrizia. Kristian, have you seen Lord of the Rings 78 animated movie? I have, but I can't even. No, you know what? No, I haven't. I saw the Hobbit animated movies. So I always remember being a kid, like terrified when he gets his finger bit off.
Oh, I haven't seen
Oh no,
either.
but that was Lord of the Rings. That was Lord of the Rings. Yeah, so maybe I did see it. Maybe I did see Lord of the Rings because that's when he gets his finger bit off. So I think so, but I don't remember it clearly. I remember being good. Go Pal. My nephew was sad that they left Quidditch out of OOTP. What's OOTP?
Is that the new Harry Potter game?
Is that the most recent? I don't know. Maybe it's the latest game, or maybe it's one of the last movies. I don't remember. Crash and Coyote. The ghosts from Pac-Man are AI, no Pac-Man.
Ghosts from I'm
a little lost.
Really?
Lost?
Okay. Yeah, the ghosts from Pac-Man are AI. So if there's no AI, there's no Pac-Man.
Get it. Okay. Pepperific. What condiments do you put in your hot dog? Spicy mustard and relish.
Mustard, ketchup, and relish.
Wow, ketchup too. I can't do the ketchup on the hot dog. Can't do it.
I think that's an East Coast thing.
I know people here who use
Oh, you do?
ketchup.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I just never liked it. My friend James always liked ketchup on his hot dogs, and I just don't
I'm
like
a
it.
sauce gal, so I'm like,
Yeah.
the more the merrier.
I like spicy mustard and relish. I like that. I like that pickles.
Where do you add spicy? I feel like most places don't just have spicy mustard
Yeah, brown
available.
mustard. They usually have them.
Oh, like
Yeah, the brown
Dijon?
mustard. Yeah, the brown
Okay.
mustard. Meerschaum, support for the lovely Steph. There you go.
Thanks,
Uh,
Mirjam.
Go pal. I don't even like the batteries in quartz watches, so I've been wearing a mechanical watch for the last 15. I always got the physical watches and I always liked them, like the way they looked, but they felt clunky on my wrist and I never looked at them. So I don't really ever do it. Luke James 1. Sometimes my super chats don't work. Very on. Well, hopefully they're working now. Thank you. Appreciate that. He also says, I know why
Yeah.
my free member chat isn't working. I don't understand why that is. It's weird. Well, we wondered where he is. There he is, Derek Johnson, throwing in a big one.
Hey.
Can't stay for all the show, showing support. Thank you, Derek.
Thanks, Derek.
He says, before I go, let me give you 10 new memberships. Actually, you know what? Let me give you 20 new memberships. Thank you, Derek. Yeah, Derek, I told you I'm going to have news for you soon on the pilot. That's one of the reasons I'm leaving in 14 minutes to take a phone call with an actor. I'm excited to speak to them. My cat, I am seeing Frankenstein on the big screen tonight. Oh, enjoy that. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I really want to see that. I'm pumped for that. Okay, so thank you to my cat for that one. Oh wait, we're not done yet. Okay, so Derek says, before I leave, I'm going to give you 10 more memberships. Look at that.
Wow.
Derek coming in hot with the memberships. He said, just kidding. That's 40 memberships from Derek today.
Damn.
And everybody who he's gifting those memberships to, jump into the live stream at 2:00. You got it. Casey Grant, either of you watched the We Bury the Dead trailer with Daisy Ridley? I thought I was all zombied out, but then I saw the trailer. No, I haven't. It looked pretty good, I guess.
That's awesome. That makes me excited.
I like her. I'm rooting for her.
Me too.
I'm rooting for her. I want her to have something that pops besides Star Wars.
Yeah.
Peter Kalenko, Steph, honest opinion needed on Virgos. I hear we're not so good. Just curious, what's our deal?
Okay, Virgos get a totally bad rap, and I love Virgos. I think what the deal is that you guys are control freaks, and so if you find a way to balance that a bit, then people around you might not feel, as irked or more comfortable. But other than that, I feel like you're great. Like you just accomplished what you need to accomplish. Don't listen to the haters.
But you also don't dislike anybody. Derek Johnson. Buy more. Thank you, Derek.
Yeah.
Michael D'Angelo. And I say that, by the way, complimentary, not like, oh, you like everybody. I wish I had that gift. Steph tries to see the best in everybody. Thank you, Michael. Legend. Aloha. What's your plans for tomorrow night? Hope everyone has a happy Halloween. Well, today is my anniversary with my wife, so we're going out to dinner.
Nice.
Yeah, we're excited about that. We're gonna have a dinner, and tomorrow, I'll be working, and then once I'm done, I'm gonna meet the kids and my wife for the trick or treating stuff, and then that's it.
I'm going to San Diego, and then
Cool.
my family's gonna do like a little at a friend's family's, like all the little kids are dressing up, so it'll be fun. Taco truck.
Yeah, Derek coming. We're gonna have close to almost 100 new members today because of Derek. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
20 new memberships. Thank you. Luke James gets his question out there. Happy Halloween. Let's see if it works. It worked, Luke. You got it. Mike. Oh, and happy Halloween. Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. Orca puts in $59,900. Thank you. Just read that Zootopia 2 is expected to be the first American movie to make more than 100 million on China this year. I've feeling this movie's going to be gigantic overseas. Zootopia is loved there. I think Zootopia has a good shot at making $1 billion. I don't know if it will be, but it's got a good shot. It's got a good shot.
Yeah, the first one was so good.
Yeah. People are wondering if you can be on camera during the members live stream. Everybody, I think it's at the $5 and up, has an opportunity to ask a question on the on video. We basically have people who are already in there that at the certain tier can co-host the show with me, and then everybody else gets one question via video, and everybody can just put in questions while we're live. Derek, again, happy Halloween. See you later. Thank you, Derek. You're the best, bud. Appreciate
you're the best. Bye.
RQ, SMD. Support for Steph and everyone else. Have a happy Halloween tomorrow. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Harv's K for a really good Daisy Ridley flick, I really recommend the Disney film Young Girl in the Sea. I've heard, and I couldn't get my family to watch it. I tried to get them to watch it, and
Okay.
they wouldn't watch it. I was trying. It was one night we were looking for something to watch. It's the swimming movie. ZB, happy anniversary. Thank you, ZB. Appreciate that. Well, Steph, you might not have to host the show. That's it. We hit it.
Okay.
So
We hit it.
we hit it. 56. Very, very nice day.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Solid.
Solid indeed. So what's going on in your channel? What can people look forward to?
I'm actually going to go live tonight, probably at 5 p.m. PT. I'll let you guys confirm that in the Discord, and then be back on Sunday for a live stream as well, and dropping videos Tuesday, Thursdays, and being on the channel Tuesday and Thursdays and Sunday. So youtube.com/Steph Sabra.
And Steph and I will have our reaction of Total Recall up next week. Probably recording that on Tuesday of next week. And then the other thing that we'll be doing is on the live stream, by the way, the members live stream, I'll give you guys an update on how my call goes. So if you want to go and check us out and be part of, like, I mean, Derek Johnson just gifted like 70 people memberships. So if you're one of those people, take advantage of it and join the exclusive live stream in just around a half an hour from now. That's it. All right. Well, thank you to Steph. Thank you to you guys, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. I appreciate you guys very much. We'll be back here tomorrow with Capes and Cowls. And please check out my Out of the Theater reactions, my trailer reactions. And I'm going to also have Welcome to Derry episode 2 up tomorrow night as it comes out, the reaction. So thanks again. We'll see you later. Bye.